Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and in this video here I'm going to be answering a subscriber question that I got in. It was a good question, something I think that a lot of people probably have questions about. Again guys, I'm no expert on this stuff, but I'm just going to give you my honest opinions on what I do and what I think is the best thing to do with this topic. Now, I'm going to start out here by reading the gentleman's question, and basically what he says is, will you ever make a video on why you choose that program on TrainerRoad, about what kind of program you should choose if you want to improve your cycling base, build or specialty, low, mid, or high volume, and what time of year? Would like to see that video. Thumbs up for your channel. Okay, well, thank you for following the channel. I appreciate that, and I'm going to tackle this question piece by piece here, and just give you guys my honest opinions on what I've chosen to do and what I think is the best thing to do when it comes to trying your TrainerRoad program. Now, let's start off with the very first part of his question here. Is why did I choose the program on TrainerRoad that I have? Well, the main reason why I chose TrainerRoad specifically, and have pretty much gone away from Zwift and riding on exclusively now with TrainerRoad, is because I love the structure of TrainerRoad. I love how they structure the workout, all of their workouts, and honestly, I just feel that if you're chasing physical performance gains, which I am, I want to be a faster, stronger rider, and I think for the person targeting that, in my opinion, TrainerRoad's the way to go, and I'm very happy with the results I've been seeing so far. And going on 12 weeks of training with it. Very pleased. Feel like I'm a lot better rider today because of it. So in general, I like TrainerRoad because of its structure. Okay. Now, as far as why I've chosen the program I'm in currently, as you guys know, or maybe you don't know, but currently I'm doing TrainerRoad Sweet Spot Base High Volume. I've already done the program before. I started it back this fall. I think it was in November. I started the first time around, and I did it, and I'm now doing it over again because it's only, well, today's actually January 23rd, 2017, so it's still winter time. I'm still, honestly, at least, like in between 3-4 months away from getting into any kind of race season here in New York. So I'm still obviously in base season. So I'm doing a base plan, and I'm doing the high volume plan. I'm personally doing the high volume plan because I feel that my body just does well with a lot of training volume. And now, as far as selecting what base you're going to do, to get into that part of his question, is honestly it's going to boil down to how much time you've got. If you've got a lot of time to train, and you don't have a lot of other commitments, and you just got a lot of time to spend on the bike, maybe you want to do more of a traditional, real high volume, lower intensity type of training where you're spending a lot of hours on the bike, but you're doing a lot of it at lower intensity. Or if you're kind of like me, I do have a very demanding full-time job, and I have a lot of time to train because I am single, not married, no kids. I have a lot of spare time to train, but I do have a demanding job, which takes a lot out of me as well, and I just feel like for my schedule that doing the higher intensity based training is better for me. So that's really going to boil down to how much time you've got, what other stresses go on in your life. If you don't have as much time to train, I would recommend going towards one of the higher intensity based plans. If you have a lot of time to train and you think your body does better with that style, maybe you want to go with a more traditional, longer hours on the bike, lower intensity for your base. That's just my thoughts there. Now, as far as when you should do your base, obviously it's going to be whenever your off season is. Right now, actually, it depends on where you live in the world. Here in the States, here in New York, January is not a very good time to be riding a bicycle outdoors. There's no races going on. It's winter time. This is base season for us. This is off season. It's base season, okay? Conversely, if you live in Australia, like right now, in Australia, it's summertime. I mean, it's like prime racing season down there right now. So this wouldn't be the time to be doing base training if you were in Australia or some other part of the world. Again, it all depends on, where you live, and, and you got to put that into context of when your racing season is. You don't want to be doing base training, in the few months, leading up to your races. You want to be going towards, build plans. So that's just a couple thoughts I have on as far as base training. Now to get into a couple other parts of his question here. Let's see here. As far as a low, medium, or high volume, again, you have to know your body. What works well for you. If you struggle getting through the workouts at high volume, cut down to medium volume. If you're still struggling, cut down to low volume. If you don't have a lot of time to commit to training, go with a lower medium volume. If you have a lot of time and you're able to limit them other stresses that are going on in your life, maybe and your body adjusts well to it, then try high volume. Again, that really comes down to knowing your body, knowing what works for you in training, and maybe doing a little experimentation and just seeing what time you've got available. For myself personally, I feel like I like to ride the bike a lot. I feel my body, can take the high volume training, so I'm doing high volume training. Again, that's going to be a very personal decision, something that you have to take a lot of factors into. You don't want to, over train yourself if you have a lot of stresses in life, and maybe you've got kids and a super demanding job and just a lot of things going on. Maybe you need to do a lower mid volume plan. So again, that's a very personal thing, and you have to figure out what works best for you. Time of year, we covered that. We covered the high volume, low volume. So now, as far as build plans and stuff like that, specialty plans, I think that's the last part of the question I got to cover. Again, as far as what build plan you should do, again, that's going to boil down to what events you like to target. What events are you good at? For myself, I'm a hill climber. I kind of pride myself as being a good hill climber. I like to target the longer endurance road races with a lot of climbing. So myself, I would probably do some kind of maybe a general build or a sustained power build. Maybe, I could probably select a bunch of different builds because that's kind of a general, long endurance road races. There's a lot of different ways you could attack that. From a specialty standpoint, obviously I'm probably going to try, again, I got a couple options there, but I would probably do something, like a rolling road race specialty plan. Or maybe a climbing road race specialty plan. Again, if you're a time trial guy, if you want to go out and target time trials, you're going to want to take that, you're going to want to do a time trial specific build plan as well as a time trial specific specialty plan. If you're a criterium racer, you're going to obviously want to go towards the criterium plans. If you're just doing cyclocross kind of stuff, you might want you want to do those plans. So again, that's very individual as well. And and what you're targeting, what you're good at, what races you want to do. Again, that's all personal. I would just personally pick a build and specialty that was consistent or structured around what events I was going to be doing that year. That's how I'll approach my build plans. And I think I've covered everything here in the question. I think we've covered it. So that's just a couple of ideas that I've got on the TrainerRoad system program. How I'm going to basically structure my training and approach my training in general. So again, I thought this was a really good question that the guy asked. I did respond back to his comment, but of course, I told him to be on the lookout for a video because this is obviously a very detailed response and would have been. I don't even know if I could have typed all this into a YouTube response, but in the comments section. So, again, I thought this was a really good question the guy asked. I wanted to answer it here for the channel. I hope you guys found this informative. If you disagree with me, or if you agree with me or disagree with me, if you have other insights, leave them down below, guys. That's what the comment section's for. Give me some feedback. How are you guys attacking your training? Are you doing TrainerRoad? How are you, what are your thoughts on how to approach the TrainerRoad plans and the build plans and specialty plans, stuff like that. So that's what the comments are for. Let's get a discussion going. Everybody can kind of learn from each other. And again, guys, I appreciate all the support here in the channel, and I look forward to seeing you guys right back here in the next video.